If you've ever searched for a smoothie recipe on YouTube, you were probably met by a 20-something in her workout gear and good abs talking to you about chia seeds. Today, we're gonna make family-friendly smoothies that use frozen fruit to help you get your day started right, and there's no chia seeds. Join me inside and let's get started. Let's get started with a smoothie that I call till lunch because it really will hold you all the way until lunchtime. I use this one an awful lot for breakfast, and it's such a great option for your kids. We don't want to send them to school on empty carbs and sugar. They're never going to be able to think that way. So we're going to bulk everything up. Good fats and plenty of protein. This will stay with you all day. So let's go over some of the basics we're going to use in all three of these smoothies, and then I'll talk about some specifics to this one. So there are a lot of things you can do to a smoothie to make it really, really healthy. A couple of options. We're going to add some collagen peptides in this one. There are a lot of collagen peptides on the market. They are not all created equal. I really like Thrive Market, so this is the version that we're going to be using today. Just a scoop of this adds a nice healthy dose of protein into your smoothies. As far as yogurt, we're going to use a lot of yogurt. And I know some of you are probably dairy intolerant or dairy free. You can use a coconut yogurt, almond milk yogurt, cashew milk, whatever you like. Those are all completely fine. But if you can do dairy, I highly suggest you use one that is as full fat as you can get your hands on, because fat is going to give you satiation. It's going to keep you full a really long time. When you're choosing a yogurt, I'm so sorry, but you can't go to Yoplait, you can't go to those things because they're full of sugar and additives. This one is Faye, and actually, when you pick one, on the back of the container, you're looking for milk and probiotics. You should see those active cultures. Other than that, there should be no extra ingredients. And on the label, you need to make sure that it shows you that there are no added sugars. That's very, very important. So this one's actually 2%. It was the highest fat I could get at my store that day, but they do make a 5%, and I really love that one. So see if you can find one that has as much fat as possible. When it comes to thinning out your smoothies, I tend to like mine really thick, almost like ice cream, but you do have a couple of options for thinning them down. The first is kefir. Again, this is a whole milk kefir. It's full of probiotics, and those are so good for your digestive system. And this one, of course, with the additional fat, it's going to help you stay full a little bit longer. It's a great option. If you need something dairy-free, coconut water has potassium and magnesium, so you get some trace minerals, and it has a really nice flavor. You can also use juice here if you choose. Orange juice is fine, except you get so much sugar from that, it kind of offsets the benefit of the smoothie. So we're keeping the sugar levels really low. Sweetening, you can leave sweeteners out, but I'm going to do a little bit of honey. Some people like maple syrup, they like stevia or monk fruit. You can do those if you choose. I just tend to be a honey user. This one is a raw organic honey. Raw is always better if you can get a good raw honey. It has all kinds of natural enzymes in it that are really good for your body, so that's always my pick. Now, let's put this smoothie together. We're going to start out with our yogurt. I'm going to put that in the bottom of my Vitamix here. You don't have to have a super fancy blender. I have just found that this one is really, really handy. It's powerful. It does what I need it to do. It'll blend up all sorts of frozen fruit. So I just tend to lean toward it. If you don't have one, but you plan to make a lot of smoothies, it would be worth the investment. Now I'm going to just drop in a little bit of honey. I'm going to leave you all of the measurements in the description box, so don't worry if you can't figure out how much of something I'm using. Then we're going to go in with our berries. This is a cup of frozen mixed berries, raspberries, blackberries, blueberries. Berries have less sugar naturally than a lot of other fruits like peaches, so they are a little bit healthier, and they're going to keep your blood sugar stable longer. I'm going to do just a little bit of vanilla. Kind of gives everything an extra boost. And then I'm going to get some collagen. So 1 scoop of collagen, that goes right in. And then I know I'm going to need to thin this just a little bit, but before I do, I'm going to add 1 egg. Don't panic, please. I know not everybody is interested in using eggs or raw eggs in their smoothies, but an egg is actually perfectly digestible by the body. The yolk is full of fat. The white is full of protein. If you don't want to use the whole thing, or if you have an egg sensitivity or they hurt your stomach, certainly just use the yolk. But obviously, if you have an allergy or anything like that, leave these out. I eat raw eggs on the regular. They're just part of my healing journey. Many of you are familiar with my health journey that I've had, and these have been really important. You do need to use a pastured egg if you're going to eat them raw. Cage-free, free range, or even organic doesn't tell you anything about how that chicken was raised. So you must look for one that says pasture raised to know that that chicken was raised on grass and bugs. That's what matters. It reduces the rates of salmonella. Does it eliminate them? No, but it does reduce them. To me, it's a fair exchange. So I'm going to put that in. You don't have to do it. And then I'm just going to put in some kefir in mine, just a little bit to help thin it down. It's so good. It's got a little bit of a tang to it, almost like a liquid yogurt in a way. You'll really, really like it. Okay, let's blend this up. If I can see what I'm doing. Okay, and we can transfer it to our jar. Next, we're going to make something that doesn't use berries, but we've got awesome frozen bananas in this almond butter and banana smoothie. It's so nice to have a change sometimes from the spinach and the berries and that sort of thing. So this one's really, really good. Into the Vitamix, I already have about 1.5 cups or so of frozen bananas. If your blender will handle a whole banana or a broken in half frozen banana, do that, but I went ahead and sliced mine. Then we're going to go ahead and put in our yogurt, which, like I said, use any yogurt that suits you. Non-dairy is completely fine, but we're going to go in with about 1/2 cup of this. It's really thick. Then a little bit of vanilla, maybe 1/4 teaspoon or so, just a few drops. And of course, a little bit of honey. Okay, just a little bit of honey. And a couple of tablespoons of good almond butter. You can use peanut butter here if you'd like to. I don't use a lot of peanut butter anymore unless it's a natural one, because a lot of the versions we have in our stores are full of vegetable oil and so much sugar. So when you're looking for a nut butter, pick one that's just nuts, sometimes nuts and salt, or sometimes just nuts. That's what I enjoy. So this one is, you can see it's got a lot of oil on the top of it. That's okay. So let me get a great big scoop of this. Get that in, and I'm actually going to put in a couple of these. The fat in this will help to hold you and keep you full as well. So let me get just a little more in. And like I said, instructions, measurements, all that stuff will be in the description box for you, so worry not. And I know this is going to be a little thick. I'm going to go in with a little bit of kefir just to thin it down. You can find kefir in the yogurt section of your grocery store, so if you're looking for it, that's where it'll be. Now, let's blend this up. Okay. Let's make our immunity booster. This one's power-packed full of vitamin C. It's great when you're feeling a little bit under the weather or want something that's just a little bit spicy and different. So let's get started on what we need. Of course, we're gonna go in with our yogurt like we have. So we're gonna put in about 1/2 cup of that, give or take. You don't have to be perfectly exact with any of this. Keep it the way that you like it, and that takes all the stress out of it. We're going to do blueberries. They're really, really high in antioxidants, really, really high in vitamin C. Any frozen type that you like. I actually really prefer wild blueberries more than I like these larger ones, but they have more flavor. So if you can find wild blueberries, they're a little more expensive, but they're worth having on hand. So we're going to put in, 1/2 cup or so of those. Then we're going to go in with a big fistful about a cup's worth of spinach. Need your kids to eat their vegetables, you can hide it in a smoothie. It's fine to do that. So I've got some spinach in there. We're gonna do a squeeze of lemon, just a little bit. Adds nice interest and flavor to it. We're gonna do some ginger. So this is a whole piece of ginger root, okay? I'm gonna show you how to handle this if you have one. I think it's so much better than buying it in a squeeze tube or in a bottle or anything like that. So what I do, I usually end up just kind of breaking it to start so that I can get a piece that I can work with. And then I'll come down here with my knife. And sorry if you see my hands shake. You all know that recovering from an autoimmune disease leaves all kinds of odd symptoms sometimes, so my hands do tremor. So you just take your knife and you just, as best you can, peel away that skin. Some people like to use the back of a spoon to peel that off. I just have one of these and I just go with it. So I'm going to take that off. We're not doing a whole bunch. You just want to expose just enough of the root, like that. Then we're going to take this is a microplane or a zester. You can do this on a box grater, anything that will get it fine enough for you. And then we're just going to run that over. We're looking for about a half a teaspoon of ginger. The more finely you grate it, the hotter it's going to be in your food. So keep in mind, if you're not really used to it, it does have a delicious, spicy aftertaste. So go slow if it's a new flavor for you. So that goes in. Ginger is wonderful as a natural antiviral and a natural antibiotic. This is absolutely something I would feed to somebody in my family if they were feeling bad. The next thing I'm going to put in is a little bit of vitamin C powder. This is actually one called Pure Radiance Vitamin C. You can get it on Amazon. I'll leave you a link to it in the description box. But this is one that I enjoy because it's made from natural sources. It's berries and vegetables and all that sort of thing. There's no synthetic vitamin C in here. It's a little bit tangy. Tastes a little bit like if you had a couple of berries in your mouth. It's not unpleasant at all. So I'm going to put just a little bit of that in as well. And a quarter of a teaspoon is kind of the dose, but I'm just going to shake a little in. Don't have to measure it all. Another option, something that we really enjoy in our house, are super greens. Now this is from a company called Country Farms. We've been using this for years. And it's just a load of fruits and vegetables. It's this whole list down here actually. You can check this out. I'll leave you a link to it as well. You can add some of this if you like. It does have a bit of a stronger flavor, but if you want to get some really good vegetables into somebody, this is the way to do it. So I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that one to you. And we're going to put our orange juice in. So I know I said no juice, but of course we're going for vitamin C in this one. So keep it down to just a quarter, third of a cup if you can go that low, a half a cup at the most, okay? And if you wanted to add a little fat to this, I would actually recommend doing coconut oil or MCT oil in addition to your yogurt. That will help up the fat volume, or you can put some collagen in it. You'll get a little bit of everything that way. So let's blend this one up. The smell out of that is delicious. And what's great, you can't even tell that there was ever any spinach in this. So if you had kids that you needed to sneak something into, this would be such an easy way to do it. They would have no idea. But it smells like ginger, and you can smell the lemon in there, and you get that little bit of the yogurt. It's fabulous. You can find all the instructions and the information about the ingredients I used today in the description box below. And then if you need a little extra help keeping your fruits and vegetables fresh for those smoothies, check out this video right here, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day, guys.